What's going on, Degenerates? We're back. Me, Toby, coach of the Chicago Cub Foos. But today I am half of the Draft Degenerates, and today we are going to be interviewing my other half, my darling co host, and the champion of the Luxray division, Rez himself.
That's me, baby. I'm the champ. I'm back. I'm
Absolutely.
here for another title. Don't at me.
There you go. You heard it, ladies and gentlemen. He is coming back for a second championship in a row. In other words, Sasso's doomed.
He's doomed.
So, Raz, we're going to start out by tell us a little bit about your draft process, what you were wanting to go for originally, and then how that changed, how you adjusted, stuff like that.
Yeah, so it actually went really, really well. I was on the wheel, obviously, which is really nice because you can grab things like in pairs, which is what I ended up doing. The first thing I wanted to do was Bulu Drift Blim
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, people be disrespecting Tapu Bulu. They're like, it's the worst one. It's not even good. It doesn't get Grassy Glide or a physical stab fairy move. And you know what? You're right. It is the worst one. But just because it's worse than three tier ones doesn't mean it's a bad Pokemon. The best value you can get is a terrain abuser and a low tier terrain setter. Pincurchin, goaded terrain setter, but it's too slow to even function under Tailwind. What's the option? Tapu Bulu. It comes out, it hits the field, it takes names, kicks ass, very strong, great typing, whatever. And then from
Bulu mid, but go off.
yeah, yeah. Um, and then like Drift Blim is just like it's the best, maybe not the best, but among the best non-prankster tailwind setter in existence. It's immune to fake out, and if like it's impossible to outspeed raw. And so unless you're running like prankster taunt, you can't stop it. And then if you're prepping for somebody who has prankster taunt, you can run mental herb, and it's like, okay, are you going to taunt me, give me unburden, and then I get tailwind anyway, or are you gonna not taunt me and then I get tailwind? Like, if you prep smart, it's very difficult to stop from setting tailwind. So I was looking at this pair and I said, this is great. This is
Mm-hmm.
awesome. I would love it if this made it to me. And then it did. Snag that shit round one.
There you
And
go.
from there, I wasn't really improvising, but like I'd gone through, I'd been like, here's what I want. I was going to draft my pseudo rain mode again
Yeah.
with I was gonna grab Pelipper and Beartick and Goat, by the way, shout out Beartick,
Mm-hmm. Shout out Beartech.
and Poliwrath. I was gonna give him another shot. And then I was gonna have Rhydon in my low tier slot as like a budget lightning rod user and a whole bunch of other stuff. And then I was like, I don't know, man. I think Rhyperior could be kind of sick. And so I move a bunch of stuff around. I say screw the rain mode. It's not worth it. Originally I was gonna have Riolu as like a prankster rain setter. I didn't really. I was like, no, it's not worth it. Having prankster as your only way to set weather, cringe. So I scrapped that. Grabbed Rhyperior. I think it's great. I think I've been telling people this for ages. Oranguru is such a good trick room setter, especially in
Yes.
non-max.
Yes.
It's so fantastic. Obviously, its speed tier is weird. It's like base 60, which is not great. But you come out there, you're impossible to fake out. You run mental herb, immune to fake out, immune to taunt, and then so like the only way is to just kill it. But it's bulky and it's hard to kill. And if you pair it next to something offensive, it's like, can you afford to ignore that threat for the first turn? And then Trick Room goes up. You have something next to it firing off super strong moves. You come in, you smack them with a big ass move from Rhyperior probably, and then Orangura goes, Do it again.
Do it
And then you
again.
do it again. It's
And you do it
crazy.
again.
So good. Super sleeper pick. People keep telling me Orangaru's not that good. That's cap. That's
No, it is complete cap. Everybody sleeps on Oranguru. I genuinely agree with you. I've
yeah.
drafted Oranguru many times, used it many times. It is a goaded trick room
It's
sweeper.
good. It's good. And then, of course, you got things like Cradilly, which was supposed to be Maractus. Thank you, Krabby.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't mean it, Joe. You're the goat. Um, but like Cradilly is cool. Cramorant, I have been waiting for an excuse to draft Cramorant for like 9 years. Cramorant is sick, and I'm happy to have it on my team. I Salazzle, more Pico. I have more Pico, right?
Yes, you do. You have more Pico.
Thank God. If I ever do this draft and I don't draft more Pico, it's an imposter. Ban that motherfucker.
Fair
Um,
enough.
Salazzle more Pico, like I don't know. I love all the pieces on this team. I have big plans for literally all of them. I think there's a lot of synergy. Um, it was said in Guardian of Light's power rankings the other day that like it needs a little bit to get going, and you know what? You're right. But the things that it needs to do to get going are very hard to stop. I have faith in this team, and I'm really excited to use it.
For sure. Uh, Also, in those power rankings, like Rolo said, once it gets set up, good fucking luck stopping it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I think you said that
uh,
about Charles, but you're right. That
well, he said
that
it
does
about
apply.
you too. It counts for you too. That is, it counts for you too. Anyway,
Yeah.
but tell me a little bit about this Cramorant. What was the method there, or can you not say?
I'm drafting my team, right? I'm going.
Uh huh.
I'm thinking to myself, you know what I need? I need a water type. Obviously,
Okay.
every team needs a water type. And then I was like, you know what's really good water type? Cramorant. Busted Mon.
All right.
And like you look at Cramorant's stats, right? It's not great.
No.
I'm gonna level with you. It's bad. I don't think it has a single stat over 100, but it's got a lot of 95s. And then like Air Slash obviously is good. Access to Hurricane, very nice. But the trick, the magic is in the ability. Nobody knows what Cramorant's ability does like I do, okay?
Okay.
When Cramorant uses Surf or Dive, it comes back with a thing in its mouth. It's called Gulp Missile. At 50% or more HP, it has an Arrokuda because it's a pelican, and at
Yep.
50% or less HP, it's Pikachu. Then, anytime Cramorant gets hit by anything, it fires that shit back. Both of them do 25% of the attacking Pokemon's health, which is like it's not a ton, but that's a big chunk considering I
Yes.
didn't do anything to earn it. And then if it's Arrokuda, it has a guaranteed -1 defense to the attacker, and Pikachu guaranteed paralyzes for nothing.
That's yeah, for free. That's pretty
For
valuable.
literally free. It's so goaded. And it's like, all right, well, it's off of either Surf or Dive. Dive takes 2 turns, and Surf hits your partner. You know what would make that way better? A partner that's immune to water type damage.
There you go. Look at that.
I'm just
It's
saying,
it
Cramorant
speaks for
is
itself.
here. He's
That's
putting in
fair.
work, guaranteed.
It it speaks for itself. I will not disagree with you.
Cramorant is king. I love Cramorant.
And obviously, the elephant in the room, the return of Morpeko the
More
King.
Pico. Listen, I'm drafting more Pico in every single draft for the rest of this league's existence. Don't test me. If you if
What
you
would
ever
happen
pick,
if it was counterpicked or like picked before you?
I would legally, I'm not allowed to say.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. For legal
For
reasons,
le-
that's a
I
joke.
would kill them. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
There you go. Perfect. All right. We have to establish for legal reasons that's a
It's
joke
I'm
because
kidding.
listen,
It's
it's
a
fine.
joke.
It's all fine. So, uh, I am not an expert in the non-max division, but if you had to say who you were the most either excited for or dreading fighting, or both, who would be the coach that you're looking for there?
Num- Number one, most excited to fight, Krabby Shack. Joseph, the man himself. I love Joe. He's a great guy, very good friend of mine. Um, he's a really good battler. He gets in his head sometimes, but you're good, dude. You're goaded. Anyway, he's great. There we when we first met, we went like 4 or 5 leagues in a row where we were in the league together in the same division, and the schedule got made and we didn't fight. And it was like,
Man.
oh, just let me at him, you know? Um,
Right?
and so eventually it was like we weren't in as much stuff together anymore. And so it was a really long time before we got a chance to fight. We finally got a go at each other. And but the issue is that he was a replacement coach. He had taken
Right.
over somebody else's team. It was kind of mid, and their record was literally like 0 and 6 by the time he took it. And so it was like it was just not a super serious thing for him because it's like why would it be at that point, you know? And
Right.
then like we got to battle in another league, but it was a BDSP singles, so like that doesn't count.
No.
But now it's time. It's happening, and I'm super excited. I'm so
Hell
jazzed
yeah.
to go up against him. Who am I dreading fighting? Great question. Um, And honestly, it's not close. Most people, it's like, this is a team that I'm excited to go up against, or like figuring out how my team operates, or like this is a friend and I love battling my friends. But when you look at somebody and you're like, all right, this guy's the homie. I love this guy. Great. I love to fight him. And then you find out that he's cracked. And then he goes to finals in MDL, a league that I got 3 total wins in, and 2 of them were like all luck. Super
Hmm.
competitive league. He goes to finals, then he comes in here, and everybody's like, this is the best team. He has the best team. It's like, please don't put him on my schedule. And then, of course, he's on my schedule. And it's like, oh, I don't. It's like a free L, you know? Like, what do you do? Anyways, I'm not excited to fight Charles. He's great.
Well,
I don't want to do it. I don't want to.
listen, you gotta though.
I know I gotta, but I don't wanna.
Well, I'm sure he would love to fight
Oh, believe me,
you.
I know.
All right. Well, then, Raz, I believe, based off of our official non max power rankings brought to us by Guardian of Light and Rolo, you were ranked seventh
hmm
overall in the division. What do you think of that? Do you agree with that? Disagree with that?
Listen, Toby, I'm not the kind of guy to come out and be like, yeah, no, my team is so good, dude. You don't know about my secret tech? Like, you just don't see it. You don't get it, you know? Like, usually when people are going through power rankings, they're like, this team is not great, and here's all the reasons why. And I go, you know what? That's fair. Like season one of GLDL when I was in Huron, Dan did PRs and I was ranked like 11th or 12th. And I was like, what? And then I heard all this reasoning and I was like, that's reasonable. So most of the time, people make PRs. I'm like, you're right. You got a good point. Maybe I'll make some trades. This time, I don't know, dude. I feel like they're selling me short a little bit. Like, I'm not going to come out and be like, I have the best team. Because, like, there are other teams that are out of control, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Oop,
I feel like there's a lot more immediate pressure than they were giving it credit for, and I think it's a really good team. I don't think it's top three, but I think it's better than.
yeah. Oop, did we lose him?
Ooh, Hmm? Am I
Oh,
gone?
you cut out a little bit there. Say that one more time. You don't think it's like you think it's a top? three team. I
I
think where you were
I don't
saying.
I don't think it's top 3,
Okay.
but I think it's better than top 7.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense to me. I mean, I agree. I think you're ranked a little bit low looking at this team. I think you could have probably placed at least top 5,
That's
I
what
think.
I'm saying, dog. It's crazy out here.
But like I'm not one to challenge the great almighty people who supply me my power rankings.
Rolo's very
So,
smart. Thank you,
yeah,
Rolo. Thank you, Guardian. You're both geniuses. I love you.
but you're also wrong.
True, yeah,
Um
for sure.
All right. Do you think playoffs is in the cards for you this season? I know that you made it last
Wait,
season and you won the whole fucking thing.
damn
So
right.
do you think that we're going to see a two-time champion Raz at the end of this?
Maybe. I think
Okay.
playoffs, like for sure, because here's the thing, right? You see me in GLDL. I'm popping
Yeah.
off the wrong way. I'm currently
Yep.
I'm chilling at like 1-7. It's super rough out here. Like it's
Yeah.
bad. But I think I do a lot better in a format where like the best of the best are banned
Hmm. For
because
real.
I don't know how to use them. I have Glastrier in this league. I have good Trick Room setters. I have Redirection. I have Glastrier. And I'm floundering, dude. I don't know how to use that mod. So people come in, they're like, okay, my high tiers are as good as or better than yours, and I can use them better. So I'm just like drowning over there. However, you take that off the table, I'm chilling, dude.
Yeah.
Vibing. And I think my team is not easy to prep for, regardless of like how good it is. It has a lot of modes that it can go with. So it's like there are a whole bunch of things that you have to prep for leads. So I think playoffs is like definitely something I have a pretty good shot at. The issue with will I take the whole thing is that like I think there are a few people that I have a tough matchup against, whether or not it's like because of the coach or because of the team or some combination of both. But I think the vast majority of them are manageable.
Yeah.
However, in order for me to take the whole thing, I need somebody else to beat Charles before he has a chance to go up against me. I'm not.
All right.
It's not going to happen. It's impossible. I went up against him in MDL last season. It was ludicrous. It was if Charles wasn't as good as he is, it would have been embarrassing.
Hmm.
He was in my brain, dude. It was ridiculous. So if Charles goes down before I go up against him, I think I've got a shot at least. If I run into Charles in the bracket, it's over. Run ender.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. So what you're saying is you're relying on Sasso to bring his
Yes,
Blossom to deal
Sasso,
with
please.
Charles.
I'm begging you. You're my only hope.
And that's another thing I want to talk about. Speaking of Sasso, Blossom versus Cramorant is happening, right?
Hmm.
Okay, okay, good to know. And you think Cramorant comes out on top?
Amaranth comes out on top every time. What's he gonna do? Quiver dance? I neutral to grass. I resist bug. What other coverage do you have? Nothing. That's what I thought. And you know
Fair
what?
enough.
You might sit out here and be like, "You're gonna miss your hurricane. Ah, his sun is up." Guess what, dude? I'm running air slash. You can't put me to sleep. I'm running safety goggles. There's not shit you can do. Cramorant beats Blossom every day of the week. It's Cramorant, bro. It's unbeatable.
Fair
That's
enough.
my king. Vote blue
All
no
right.
matter who or whatever.
All right. We
Cramorant
can
is
go.
blue. That's the joke. I'm not
We
kidding.
can go with it. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. And I guess last thing I want to know is you are a avid supporter of Dunsparce.
Yes.
Am I correct? Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Cramorant is my king. Dunsparce is my god. That's
all right,
the way it
that's fair.
is.
So, I need to know, why is Dunsparce not on this team?
Remember what I just said a couple minutes ago about like I have Glastrier and like I'm losing really hard. I
Yeah.
don't know how to use good Pokemon. It's kind of
Mm,
like is kind of like a 10-year-old catching Arceus and like trying to wield that kind of power, but it's stronger than that and I play like an 8-year-old. So it's even wider like power gap, you know? It's
Yeah,
if I tried to handle that level of like, you know? Like it's over. It's not out of disrespect. It's like I'm not fit to work
yeah.
that into, it's too much. I would choke every game.
Makes sense. Makes sense. You can't do Dunsparce the disservice of wielding him again because you just don't think
I
you
would
can use him to
lose.
his full potential.
I would lose, and he deserves to win every time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm not
All
willing
right.
to let him down.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, you heard that, Dunsparce. Rez loves you. All right.
Boy,
Well, then that is everything I can think to ask you. I think we covered all our bases pretty well there, Mr. Raspberry.
I agree.
What I want to know is where can the people find you?
The people can find me in a whole bunch of places. Obviously, I'm on YouTube. Subscribe to me on YouTube under Raz. I also have a second channel, Raspberry. They're both me. Raz Raw is where I put all my Pokemon content. Raspberry is where I put everything else. There's not a lot of it, but it's coming. People can also find me on Twitch, Raspberry. That's me. Go follow me there. Same tag on Twitter. I don't post a lot, but if I'm like going live, that's where you're gonna get the most reliable notifications because I do be forgetting to post on Discord.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right then. Well, Raz, it was an absolute pleasure to listen to you talk about Dunsparce and Cramorant and also how Saso's going down. I very much so appreciate hearing it.
Pleasure to be here, dude.
And I hope you continue to join me on this journey of interviewing all of these coaches and maybe even other playoffs coaches in other leagues. We'll see how that goes.
Hell yeah.
Once we iron out these technical difficulties, we'll be set.
True.
All right. Then that is all I've got. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I am Toby. That's Raz, but you knew that. And we are the Draft Degenerates, and we will see you next time.
See you next time. Be here.
Be here.